Mulai. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the international webinar event for Trust No App Hidden Danger in Your Phone. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Novita, and I will host you for today's event. Now, let me welcome our special guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Teguh Santoso, as a Rector of STEKOM University, Indonesia, to the Honorable Mr. Devika.V, as a Security Analyst from Hebesec Technology, India, to the Honorable Mr. Akassh Kumar, as an Associate Analyst from Berhad, Malaysia, to the Honorable Ms. Aftuqa Sholikatur Rohmania, as a Head of Management Department from STEKOM University, Indonesia, and last but not least, also to the honorable guests and audience today. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on the Universitas Tekom YouTube channel. And for today event, we will start with the Indonesia national anthems and continue with in the next session, we will begin the main event presentation by our special guest today and continue with the Q&A session. Take a picture for documentation. Our last time is closing. Okay, first we will sing our national anthem. So the Mr. Abdullah, you can start. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And we will go to the main event for our audience. If you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat or you can raise your hand and we will able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after each presenter already presentation. And today's session, each presenter will have around 30 minutes for the time of presentation. Now, please welcome our first presenter, Ms. Aftuqa Sholikatur. The time is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Novita. Okay, wait. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. My name's Aftuqa Sholikatur Rohmania, and I am a lecturer of STEKOM University. Today, I will be presenting a topic behind the screen, the invisible danger of mobile apps. This theme is highly relevant to our daily life, as mobile applications have become an inseparable part of how we communicate, work, and even manage our personal activity. However, behind the convenience and benefit that these apps provide, there are hidden risks ranging from data privacy issue, unauthorized access to security threat that many of you might not be fully aware of. This invisible danger can have real impact on our safety and digital well-being. Throughout this session, we will uncover this hidden threat and discussion how we can take practical steps to protect ourselves and use mobile technology more wisely in this digital era. Okay. Okay, this slide is about the rapid growth of mobile application and the hidden risks that come with them. First, we have the idea of ubiquitous presence. Currently, there are over 6 million apps available worldwide, driving billion of download each year. Mobile apps have become essential to our daily routines, whether it's communication, online shopping, entertainment, or even financial transaction. They offer incredible convenience, making them almost impossible to live without. However, this is sense also bring escalating threats. For example, in 2024 alone, about 1,7 billion people had their personal data compromised. This represents a shocking uh, 2 312% increase compared to the previous year. Such as a drastic rise demonstrate how vulnerable users have become and how aggressively cyber criminal are exploiting weakness in mobile apps. Finally, mobile device now represent the primary attack surface. They are our main gateway to the digital world, which mean attract see them as prime target for cyber attacks and data breach because our smartphone are always connected whether talk Wi-Fi, mobile data, or background apps activity, they are consistently exposed to risks. In summary, will mobile apps provide use with unportable confines their certain number and constant use have in tensional create a massive attack surface. This makes mobile advice highly attractive to malicious actors, increasing the urgency for strong awareness and protection. Okay, okay. Next slide. This slide highlight this slide highlight one of the most or yet often overlooked risks in mobile apps, data leaks. Unlike a direct attack from hacker, many of these like steam for sample batch, preventable mistakes. Um include configuration made by apps developer. Unfortunately, this oversight can transfer trust apps into channel for exposing incentive personal data. The first issue is Fides called vulnerability, a large-scale analysis of over um, apa 54 work reality application um, Real, rifle common misconfiguration in code service. This is not a problem limit to a few apps. It's a reflect system weakness across the entry apps ecosystem. The second problem is unprotected stores. Research found that 103 Android apps include some ranked within uh, the top one on the Play Store left their code store in protects. This is main user data store in these apps could be accessed by virtually anyone creating series of identity theft or miss. The third and perhaps most shocking issue is hardcode credential. Even popular apps like Pixstick with more than 5 million downloads were found to contain hardcode code credential, which is the app's code itself. This essentially provide a direct door for attacker to steal data since this credential can be extracted and abused. Taken together, this vulnerable or not rare isolated case. Instead, they reflect a much broader and system challenge in app development and development. Millions of users are applies to risk not because of something they did by but because of flaw embedded in the very apps they trust. Okay, and um, and this slide, this slide emphasizes how user data often live or device without use even noticing. Many mobile apps continue collect and transform information such as location, contact, or browsing habit in the background. The danger is that this data flow is largely invisible to user, making it difficult to control or even realize that it's happening. In short, our personal information is constantly moving across network, often with our clear concern. And the hidden malware and malvertising threat. This slide focus on two critical but often hidden threat in mobile apps, malware and malvertising. First, we see the challenge of a fragmented ecosystem. The mobile apps landscape is faced with millions of apps created by countless developers across multiple platforms. This is diversity makes it extremely difficult to monitor and control quality and security. As a result, it provides a fertile ground for malicious software and harmful advertising to spread. Second, we have malicious in apps even apps that appear completely safe can carry harmful advertisement incident inside them. This ad might include inappropriate, deceptive, or even dumps content that not only describe that user experience but can also lead to financial scam to the installation of malware. Finally, their developer vulnerability. Small or independent developer often working with limited resources are especially prone to security oversight. Cybercriminal can exploit this weakness to inject malware or malicious advertising into either wise legitimate apps. Together, this hidden trait create inside race for use. Without realizing it, people might expose themselves to privacy breaches, identity theft, identity theft, or scam, simple by using everyday mobile application. Okay. Okay. Here we look at mobile banking apps, which is are often marketed as having bank create security, but in reality, many of them continue shares vulnerability that can put user fund and sensitive data at risk. The first issue is hardcode API in study 55 banking apps, 54 were found to have haircut API tied directly inside the apps. This is a major flaw because it makes unauthorized access much easy for attacker. And next, we have man in the medley attack. Uh, all of the apps today were vulnerable to this attack. This mean hacker could intercept communication between the user and the banking server, potentially stealing login detail or financial information. Finally, their broken authorization. Many apps had weakness entry to account. The bigger um the bigger is that the complex architecture of mobile banking apps uh make this vulnerability very hard to fix without completely re-engineering the system. This so use that even critical apps like banking platform can fall short of the security we expect. Okay, the next slide, kids and free apps. Free apps and games that seem harmless for kids can actually hit serious risks. First, their data collection. Many of these apps collect person data without parent consent, creating major privacy concerns. Second, inappropriate content because in apps ad are often unregulated children might be exposed to explicit or harmful material that bypass parental control. Three, In apps broadcast pressure, many game use manipulative tactics to push children into making expensive purchase, which can create insect but financial stress for family. And finally, that future and prediction online chat in game can expose kids to bullying, grooming, and predator behavior from stranger. These danger often remain hidden until something serious happen, like identity theft or major financial loss. That way, strong parental vigilance and app security are critical needs. Okay, and the last slide, protecting yourself and your data. The patch forward. Number one, demand transparency. Need apps thoroughly demanding clear preparation, policy, and security practice for developer. Number two, employer smart tools utilize real-time malware setting blocker and AI power tools to filter harmful content. Number three, strengthen defense, priority encryption, and avoid apps with hardcode credential or overly risky permission and analyze organization vigilance organization vigilance for business and for strict beyond police and conduct continue risk assessment. Okay, making data uh, making mobile apps safer is their responsibility. Awareness is the crucial first step toward a more secure digital future for everyone. Okay, and conclusion for mobile banking to children free apps. Uh, we've seen how hidden vulnerability and malicious practice can threaten our privacy, finance, and even safety. The key lesson is clear: no apps is every toolkit is free. And vigilance is essential. Further is protecting personal data, avoiding malicious ads, or monitoring children apps use anywhere. Awareness and proactive security measure are strong defense. Okay. Thank you for your attention. I hope today's discussion help you look beyond the surface of mobile apps and recognize the invisible danger that might lurk behind the screen. Stay alert, stay information, and stay safe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Miss Aftuqa. And we have three questions from participants. For first question from Miss Aulia Rahayu, why should we be worried if most app come from official store like Google Play or App Store? Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Even Okay, even Talk's official store have security checks. Many malicious apps still save Talk. Hacker often disquit them as useful or fun apps, so users download them without realizing the hidden risks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question, how can parents protect their children from harmful free apps? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Parents shall use parental control, monitor apps use, and discuss with children about safe online behavior. Causing paid apps from trust developer can also reduce risk of practical ads or hidden purchase. Okay, thank you, Miss Novita.
Okay, thank you.
And
And then the last, are mobile banking app really safe to use from Hadi?
okay, thank you, Mr. Hani. Are mobile banking apps really safe to use? Okay, they are generally safer than apps, but still not 100% secure. Users should enable two-factor authentication, avoid public Wi-Fi, and keep their phone updated to reduce risks. Okay, thank you, Miss Novita.
Okay, thank you. I guess no one else asking again. And we will go to the second speaker, me, Mr. Devika, as a security analyst from Hebesec Technology India. The time is yours. Thank you. Afternoon, Mr. Devika. Are you still with us? Yes. Yes.
Hello everyone. I am Devika, a security analyst at Hebesec Technology. Welcome and thank you for joining today's session. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's get started. First of all, let me begin with one question. So, how many apps do you have on your phone right now? Just think. So, it's maybe 20, maybe 50, or even more. So, apps are part of our daily life. We use them for banking and chatting, shopping, and online learning, and even entertainment. So they make life easier. But here is the reality. While apps look useful and safe, some of them can hide serious risk. They can put your privacy and security in danger. So today's session is called Trust to Know App, Hidden Dangers in Your Phone. So by the end of this talk, you will know what kind of threats are hidden in apps. So how attackers use them and how you can protect yourself. So next, so in this session we covered four chapters, and the first chapter one is the invisible thread, unmasking mobile app threats. So even when we download apps from trusted place like the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, they are not always safe. Cyber criminals are very smart. They disguise malware inside apps. They look completely normal. For example, let's take the Alexa banking Trojan was hidden inside apps like PDF readers. Alexa is not an exact app you would intentionally install. It is malware disguised as legitimate Android apps. Cyber criminals distribute it through apps that look normal or useful. So users unknowingly install it on their devices. Once it is installed, it can steal banking credentials, intercept SMS messages, and perform other malicious actions. Millions of people downloaded them without realizing these apps were stealing banking details. So why does this happen? Because many of us install app without checking the developer, without reading permissions, and without thinking twice. Also, apps that are not updated regularly can easily be hacked. Mm. So next we will see how innocent apps steal your data. So another invisible danger is data collection. Many apps collect your personal details, your contacts, your location, and your browsing habits. Some of this data used for good purposes like navigation, but often it's sold to advertisers or unknown third parties. This can include location history, communication patterns, and personal preferences. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency notes that app developers often share this information with advertisers. Even simple app can put our data at risk. For example, imagine downloading a free flashlight app. It looks harmless, but it asks for permissions like location, contacts, microphone, which a flashlight app doesn't really need. Once we allow it, the app secretly collects our personal information in the background and then sends it to third parties. This data can be misused for targeted ads, spam, or even scams. So, to protect privacy, download apps only from official stores. Review permissions carefully and check privacy policies before installing. Mm. Next, think about this. Have you ever installed a simple game or tool and it asked for camera or microphone access? Why would it need that? So this is called the dot side of permissions. So a calculator app doesn't need GPS. A wallpaper app doesn't need your contacts. A game app requesting location and SMS access, but some apps will ask for these permissions to spy on you. So this unnecessary permission can spy on your conversation or track your locations. So collect personal data and sell it to advertisers. Open the door for spyware, malware, or hidden trackers. So the simple rule is always check permission before you allow them. And if you already have many apps, go to your settings and remove unnecessary permissions. So, and we enter into the next chapter, the malicious trio. So now let's talk about the three major threats: spyware, malware, and hidden trackers. So spyware, it hides in your phone and watches what you do. It can record what you type, your calls, and your location. Think of it like a secret spy living in your phone. So, and the second one is malware, and it's a malicious software, and it is a broad thing. It includes viruses and Trojan that can steal your data, damage your phone, or lock you out. So this is like a troublemaker program. And the third one is hidden trackers. So hidden trackers are in many free apps. They quietly monitor what apps you use, what websites you visit, and where you go. So then they sell this information to companies. These are like the invisible followers. So we must stay aware this type of threats for our privacy and security. Next, we will see why free apps aren't really free. So, free apps often collect personal data like location, contacts, and even browsing habits, which can be shared with the advertisers or third parties. They may request unnecessary permissions. Giving apps access to features like your camera or microphone. So next time you will see a free app asking for unnecessary access, stop and ask yourself, do I really want to give away my data for this? So there is some tips to protect your privacy. So use only official stores. Only download from Google Play or Apple App Store. Next one, review permissions. It's grant only essential access. So read privacy policies, know how your data is used, and keep apps and operating system updated. Fix vulnerabilities promptly. So next we will see the human weakness, social engineering through mobile apps. So now let's look at the tricks hackers use to code as. This is called social engineering. Instead of attacking the technology, they attack the human mind. So they pretend to be banks, government agency, or even customer support. They may send you a fake SMS with a link or a message saying, update this app. Many people fall into the trap. So take the previous example, it's Alexa Trojan. It spread through more than 70 fake apps on the Play Store with over 19 million downloads. Once it is installed, it created fake login screens that looked exactly like banking apps. When people entered their username and password, the Trojans told them it would even take screenshots, log keystrokes, and remotely control the phone. So hackers also take advantages of weaknesses in apps themselves. So why does this weaknesses exist? There are three main reasons. How the hackers exploit vulnerabilities in apps. So the first one is poor testing. Apps are released to quickly without checking security. And the second one is low priority. Companies focus on design side features, not in security purposes. And the third one is too many devices here. So different phones and operating system make it harder to secure everything. So let's talk about real world incidents. It's happened in 2021. So the Amazon Ring Neighbors, it's the app. It's a vulnerability exposed to users' exact locations, raising serious concerns about privacy and physical safety. So, and the other app is Slack app also had a flaw led to the exposure of user password, putting millions of accounts at risk of unauthorized access. So, final the lesson is clear, even well known. Trusted apps can have vulnerabilities that compromise your privacy and security. So the developers must test the apps carefully and fix security issues fast and think about safety from the very beginning. Next, see our chapter 4, your digital fortress, protecting yourself from malicious apps. So what can we do to stay safe? So download only from the official stores like Google Play or Apple App Store. Check permissions before you allow them. Give only what is needed. Keep your apps on the phone updated. Updates fix security problems. Use security apps from trusted companies for extra production. Be careful with the links and the messages. Don't install apps from unknown links. So, and also pay attention to your phone's behavior. If your phone suddenly slows down, heats up, or the battery drains very fast, it could be infected. If you suspect an app is harmful, uninstall it and report it. So remember, your phone is your personal space. Treat it like your phone. You wouldn't use strangers the keys to your house. So don't give apps unnecessary access to your phone. So let's our final thoughts. Trust to know app a proactive stance. So let's wrap this up. Apps are useful, but they come with risk. Some apps steal data, some exploit weaknesses. and some even spy on you. Even the apps we use every day can hide risk like spyware, malware, and hidden trackers. So we need to take a trust to know app approach. That doesn't mean stop using apps, but it doesn't mean be careful, be alert, and make smart choices. As users, we must check permissions, the update apps, and stay alert. As a developer, there is a duty to build apps safely and protect users. So with awareness and caution, we can enjoy technologies without putting our privacy and security at risk. So final one message is security is not an optional; it's everyone responsibility. So our session is ended. So thank you for attending today's session. So wishing you all a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation, ma'am. And we have question from participant. Our first question from Mr. Abdul. Are we sac- oh, sacrificing privacy for convenience every time we download and use mobile app? Thank you. Mobile app. Thank you. Hello, ma'am.
So yes. Um,
Pardon?
So Abdul asking, are we sacrificing privacy for convenience every time we download and use mobile apps? Yes, in many cases we do. Most mobile apps ask for permissions like access to contacts, location, camera, or microphone. While some need this for proper use, many collect more data than necessary. So this data is often shared with the advertisers or third parties to create profiles about us. So by choosing convenience, we often give up a part of our privacy. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question from Mr. Farid. How much responsibility lie with app developer versus user in protecting personal data? Thank you.
So fact, okay. And the second question is how much responsibility lies with the app developer versus users in protecting personal data? So both app developers and users share responsibility but in different ways. App developers carrying the bigger responsibility because they design and build the apps. They must follow privacy laws, use secure coding, collect only necessary data, and be transparent about how user information is used. So users also have a role. They should read app permissions, avoid unsafe downloads, and update apps regularly to stay protected. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. And then the last question from Mr. Afif. Do users really understand the rights hidden in the app permission, or are they conditioned to click accept without questioning? Thank you.
So the last question is, do users really understand the risks hidden in app permissions, or are they conditioned to click accept without questioning? Um, most users don't fully understand the risk in app permissions. Many people are used to clicking accept just to start using the app. So developers can often write permission requests and privacy policies in technicals or long legal terms, which user is very critical. This makes it easier for apps to collect more data with so thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Mr. Miss Devika. And then we will go to the last speaker for Mr. Akassh Raja Kumar as a associate analyst from Berhad, Malaysia. The time is yours. Thank you.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, sir.
So Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you for being here today. The session we are about to have is called Trust No App, Hidden Dangers in Your Phone. Now, I'm sure all of us here use our phones every single day. It could be for our studying, chatting, scrolling social media, maybe even gaming at times. But what we don't often think about is that the apps we install can do more than what they say on the surface. In fact, the biggest threat to our privacy and security are not always cyber attackers trying to break into systems, because sometimes it's the apps that we download ourselves. So today I want to show you the hidden risks behind some of those apps and, more importantly, how you can protect yourselves. So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Akassh Kumar. I'm from Malaysia and I did my bachelor's at Sunway University or Lancaster University. It's basically a dual degree program. And currently I work as a Security Operations Center Analyst at SCICOM Berhad, where I monitor and investigate cybersecurity threats every single day. So before this, I used to be a network engineer as well. In my opinion, having a strong foundation in networking will give you a big advantage if any one of you choose cybersecurity as a career. So I would advise you to learn the basics of networking and how things work. I know some of you might think I'm old, but I'm really not. I'm only 24 years old. So just 2 years ago, I was still a student like you, sitting in the same spot. So today, I know how it feels to sit there and watch all of us talking again and again. So that's why I want to keep today's session practical and simple. Nothing too technical, just real tips that you can use to stay safe. You can also find me on LinkedIn if you like to connect. This is my LinkedIn profile. So before moving forward into the main topic, I want to introduce something important called social engineering. So social engineering is a technique where attackers trick people instead of directly hacking systems. They use psychology, playing on our trust, curiosity, or even fear at times to get what they want. Some common examples are like phishing emails that look exactly like they are from your bank or university, and most importantly, government agencies. And then we have scam calls pretending to be IT support or a company you trust, and of course, government agencies again. And then last but not least, we have fake apps that look harmless but are built to steal your data. Now you may ask me, why does it matter? Because most of the breaches don't actually happen because of some complex technical flaw. They happen because of human mistakes. In fact, in 2024, a report found that 95% of data breaches were linked to human error. So the main point is attackers don't just hack machines, they hack people. And this connects directly to today's topic because one of the easiest ways they do this is through the apps we download. Now let's move on to the topic we are really here for. There are a few main risks that you should know about in apps. The first one is data harvesting. Many apps quietly collect your personal information without you realizing it, such as your location, contacts, photos, and even microphone activity. And sometimes some of the apps require access to your camera. And then we have over permission. Just think about simple apps like a flashlight or even a photo filter app. Many ask for your access to your contacts or microphone at sometimes even your gallery. And these are really harmful. And then we have malware disguised as apps. Hackers also create fake versions of popular apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, or trending games to steal your data. And last but not least, we have the free app trap. If an app is free, then most likely you are the product. So your data is what's being sold. Think about it. How do you think Facebook or Instagram makes billions of dollars when their apps are free? It's true advertising powered by all the data they collect from you. And then, yeah, obviously, we have spyware and scam apps. Some apps secretly record keystrokes and then they steal your banking details or even make you to subscribe to paid services without even your knowledge. So, these So while these apps may look harmless, but they can actually expose a lot about you. And there's a saying, which is your mobile phone knows more about you than even your parents. Let's look at several real life examples. So how many of you heard about the game Flappy Bird? I think most of us know this particular game and because it was quite popular back then. For those who haven't, Flappy Bird was a simple but very addictive mobile game that became a massive hit around 2013 to 2014. The whole point of this game was to tap the screen to keep a little bird, which is this bird, to fly through pipes without hitting them. I know it sounds silly, but trust me, people got addicted due to this. Now, here's what happened in 2014. The developer decided to remove Flappy Bird from the official App Store and Play Stores because he felt guilty for making people addicted to this particular game. And this developer could have become a millionaire or even billionaire by now, but he decided to remove it anyway. But the point is, because of it, since it was so popular, fake versions of the game quickly flooded in after it was removed from the official stores. And this is where the danger comes in. Many of those clones were not just games, they contained malware, things like adware that bombarded users with ads, spyware that stole personal data, and even several, in some cases, ransomware. And cyber criminals use the popularity of the game to trick people into downloading these fake versions and then exploited their device for profit. So the lesson here is if an app suddenly becomes a global trend, you can bet that hackers will try to create fake versions to take advantage of it. And then we have another case, and this one is with WhatsApp, which I'm sure all of you know and probably use every day. Back in 2017, a copycat version of WhatsApp appeared on Google Play Store. It looked almost identical to the real one, same logo, same interface, same everything. So most people didn't notice anything suspicious. Over 1 million people downloaded it before it was finally caught and removed. But here's the scary part. This fake version secretly installs spyware on users' devices and it stole login credentials, private messages, and harvests personal information in the background without the users realizing it. The lesson here is even if an app is on the official app store, it doesn't always mean it's safe. You still need to check carefully before downloading it. And then we have Instagram followers app. So I'm guessing almost everyone uses Instagram. So this particular incident happened in 2019 to 2021. So there were a lot of apps that promised things like free followers and likes. Sounds tempting, right? Especially if you are trying to grow your account or if you want to be a model or if you want to gain popularity or something like that in Instagram. But here's the catch. Millions of people downloaded this and many of them turn out to be scams. Instead of giving you followers and likes, they were actually stealing your Instagram login credentials and sometimes even installing spyware on your phone. As a result, thousands of accounts were hacked, taken over in many cases, even sold online to other people. And the lesson here is if an app offers something that sounds too good to be true, like free followers, like free likes, or something like that, it usually comes with a hidden cost. So now let's talk about how you can spot a suspicious app before you download it. There are several things that you can look out for. If an app asks for too many permissions, for example, a simple wallpaper app or even flashlight app or even calculator app asking for the access to your microphone or camera or gallery or even at times contacts, and that's a big warning sign. Another one is if the app has bad reviews or warnings in the comments. So always check what other users are saying. Then we have suspicious app behavior. If you see an app with very few downloads but tons of 5-star reviews, those reviews are probably fake. Moving on, if an app makes big promises like free money, free followers, free premium features, and so on, that's almost always a scam. So before installing, just take 5 seconds to pause and ask yourself, do I really trust this app? And this small habit alone can save you from a lot of troubles. And all right, let's wrap this part with some simple habits that you can follow. So always download apps from official stores like Google Play Stores or the Apple App Store. Before installing the app, take a quick look at the permissions that the particular app is asking for. Keep both your apps and your phone updated because updates usually fix security issues. And then this particular part is very important. You need to keep your phone updated because most of the cyber incidents happen due to vulnerability in the systems as well, but it's quite minimal the because the responsible companies will provide a fix in a short time. And then you need to use built-in protections like Google Play Protect or Apple's app tracking transparency features. And most importantly, always enable multi-factor authentication, or we call it MFA in short. That particular extra step makes it much harder for attackers to get into your accounts. It's not impossible. It's possible to break into MFA authenticated apps as well, but it's quite hard. And then we have the don'ts. And what you can do is don't install apps from random links or shady websites. And then we have do sideloading cracked or pirated apps because they often come with hidden malware. And then don't give apps access to things like your camera, microphone, or location unless they absolutely need it to function. Following these simple do's and don'ts can go a long way in keeping your phone and your data safe. So let's do a quick activity together. You can open up your App Store or Google Play Store, and then you can search for any free app, maybe a random game or even TikTok if you don't have it. Scroll down to the section called App Permissions or Privacy Details and take a look at what data it collects. It could be your location, it could be your contacts, camera, microphone, maybe even your browsing history. And I'll give you about 2 minutes to check this, and you can ask me questions in short about this.
Hello, Shah. Hello.
Yeah, okay, I hope all of you are done. Let's move on to the next part. Now, here's the key question. Does this app really need all of that information to work? And if the answer is no, then it is suspicious. And think about this. Have you ever wondered how some apps advertise the exact item you search for in another app? That happens because these particular apps are collecting your data and sharing it to other parties. So these third-party apps use this information to track you across platforms and then target you with ads or even spam you endlessly. So by doing a simple check like this before downloading, you can avoid apps that are harvesting your data behind the scenes. So before we wrap up, I want to share a quick bonus tip. There are several technical ways to identify links, I mean the malicious links or suspicious links, but I'm going to show you the easiest way that anyone can use. Attackers don't only hide in apps, they also send malicious links through WhatsApp, Instagram, emails, or even SMS. These links may look normal, but once you click, they can lead to fake websites or even malware. The easiest way to check this is with a free website. It's a tool called Virus Total, and I'll give you a demo about this. In short, please give me a moment. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you can simply search for Virus Total in your Google or any other searching platforms and click this first link, and then you can get any malicious URL or any link that you are getting from any sources like WhatsApp, Instagram, and so on and so forth. So in this example, I will take a random website from a site. So this is the link that we are going to use. So you can just copy this particular link and then paste it in this field in order to identify if it's malicious or not. Just click enter and you can almost instantly see that the link is harmful and several security solution providers flagged it as malicious. So this is one way of doing it, and there are several other ways as well. So this is the easiest way, and almost everyone can do it. And you can also paste any IOCs, we call it indicator of compromise. You can paste any IPs or even hash values and so on and so forth. This is one way. So the point is, give me a moment. So the point is, anyone can do this, even your parents, friends, or anyone who doesn't know much about cybersecurity. And if you have learned this today, please teach others too. And the more people who know how to check before clicking any links that they are getting, the safer everyone will be. And all right, that's the end of the session. The key takeaway is simple. Don't trust apps blindly. Always ask if you really need it and what you are giving away, and if you really need that particular app. So now I would love to hear any questions, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Akassh. Yeah, I guess no one else is asking again before I close this event. For all participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three for documentation. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, another one, one, two, three. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Finally, we come to the end of webinar today. We would like to thank you for our speaker for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for all participants. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future. The webinar for today and here. We hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day.